It's Thursday, which means it's the long-awaited NBA draft. The Celtics with a whole bunch of picks, numbers 6 and 17. What will they do? Who knows? I'm Kevin Dupont for Globe 10.0 here with Chad. Chad, what will they do?
Why asking me? I don't think even Danny Ainge knows.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, they have. This is the fun of the NBA draft, I think. It's an event I like. I like it way better than the NFL and all those other ones because you have so many options.
Wheel and deal.
Yeah, and you're fairly familiar with the guys that are coming in. Even if they're freshmen, you saw them a lot. You know their skill set. And the Celtics with a couple of picks, a lot of picks in the future. The possibility of getting a top 12 player like Kevin Love if they package some of this together.
Yep.
The possibility of a kid like Joel Embiid falling, I don't think it happens, but that's
to
there.
Number 6, yep.
You have that suspense in there, and then you know, if they end up at 6, you still have a pretty interesting pick there. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I don't think Ainge has any of it sorted out, no more than we do.
Talk yesterday on Comcast Sports New England that Danny Ainge has called Cleveland, tried to get the number 1 pick. If it's number 1, that's Wiggins. Yes?
Chris Gasper thinks it's Wiggins. I still think it's Parker because we remember Parker. Yeah, our colleague Gary Washburn said earlier this season, I think he wrote this, that if Parker ended up with the Celtics, this was before the lottery when they ended up at 6, Ainge would do cartwheels in his old BYU jersey out on Causeway. That's how. And they were doing backflips when Duke played BC, and Ainge and his Mike Zarin, his chief assistant, were there. So I think he's the guy. But I think with either one of those picks, it would be very intriguing and enticing. I like both those guys a lot as cornerstones for the future.
You know what I keep getting back to here as we go out, that every time I consider whatever permutations they have, if they bring in the high pick at number, let's say get number 1, do I feel good about the number 1 with Rajon Rondo?
Yeah.
Forget that scenario. If it's Rajon Rondo and the number 6 and 17, do I feel good about that? And the truth of the matter is, I never feel good about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't that answer it?
I think if they make the Love deal, and I still think that's a possibility because they still have a lot of picks that they can entice Minnesota and Flip Saunders with. If they make that deal, Rondo stays. If they end up making their own picks or trading up in the draft, I think Rondo goes. I think it's really an either-or situation here that if they go young, Rondo goes.
So all in all, said another way, the real subtext, most interesting, greatest amount of intrigue Thursday night is, what about Rondo?
Yeah.